Is it fate? Venus's alignment with the North Node of Destiny is a rogue, treat yourself kind of transit. Also known as Rahu, or the dragon's head, the North Node of Destiny carries, well, the tendency to go to extremes. It's sort of an insatiable quality associated with it. So with Venus and Taurus, the queen of luxury, comfort, decadence, and simple pleasures, aligns with this go for it, this like endlessly bottomless pit point in the chart. We can go to extremes both with our spending, our consumption, but also we can see things sort of being eaten up. I think about supply shortages going on right now. And I also think about the nodal role along the Taurus Scorpio axis and the themes that we're seeing with resources and shortages and invention. Because we've talked about this so much here on my channel about the Saturn Uranus square and its role in shifting the cultural structure of how we live and how we work. And it's largely informed by technology, as well as, well, technology's role in workers' revolution and evolution. So we see that time and time again, especially at this important closing square cycle. If you want to know more about that, catch my lecture for NCGR on the Saturn-Uranus square. So, anyways, back to what we were saying about Venus. I think about how we've seen this theme a lot since the pandemic began, where there's just like this rush, it was toilet paper, it was Purell, it was, it's been a lot of things. And I think that we might see something like that right now. I mean, we've seen shortages of baby formula. And I think very often, sometimes these shortages are perpetuated by a lack mindset where people feel like, oh my gosh, like, I'm never going to be able to buy that again. I should stock up on it, which sort of perpetuates the cycle of lack. So I think that we might potentially see something like that. However, I also think that especially with Venus coming off of a conjunction with Uranus, we can see extremes in both directions. So I think the prices are going to increase. We're going to see inflation really, really kind of max out here. The North nodes will sort of go to extremes to the point of exhaustion. I know there's talk right now going on about how do we curb this here where I live in the States. And I think a lot of that has to do with Saturn. Venus is in a square to Saturn right now. It's not exact yet. By the way, this conjunction is on the 16th, and then the square perfects on the 18th. We'll talk more about that square with Saturn in another video, specifically with the relationship element here. But here, yeah, I think we might definitely see some sort of extreme with an attempt to cap or curb or remedy or limit or control it. But that dragon head, oh my gosh, it's going wild. So I think we can expect to see things continue to increase in price until then, particularly with gas, that's a commodity that fluctuates on a daily basis. So particularly with that. On a personal level, I mean, this is sort of like a fated quality. Whenever we're talking about the nodes, we're talking about portals of consciousness. The nodes is where the eclipses come in. We have just exited eclipse season. We know that they are catalysts. So there may be something important, something that feels fated or destined or pivotal that's happening right now on the relationship front on a personal level, particularly if this is aligning, this is happening right around, let's see here. This is happening right around 23 degrees of the zodiac, 23 degrees. So if you have any planets between 20 and 25 of the fixed signs, then you might be feeling this on the relationship front more than most, where you are experiencing what feels like fated or quickened developments on the relationship front. So be on the lookout for that. So this alignment might inspire us to contemplate, how far are we willing to go for love? We might be able to go to extremes in this regard. it may invite us to elevate our standards. Venus in Taurus wants the finer things in life. It's a planet that has its domicile here. So we might elevate our standards of beauty or comfort or enjoyment. This might also be the time that you do the big spend. I mentioned that with the Uranus transit, and I was just thinking how, you might spend $4,000 on a piece of furniture, because why not enjoy it now? Even though it seems ridiculous and it doesn't make sense, but I don't know, it seems kind of futile for many of us, especially in the younger generations, to save for the future that, gosh, who knows? So yeah, those are my bullet points rather on Venus's conjunction with Uranus and the North Node. It's all sort of meshing into one. And more on this trifecta when we talk about Venus's square to Saturn. But for now, that was your Venus North Node astrology shot of the day, and I will catch you next time. Bye. So much for tuning in with me today. If you're seeking more support in your astrological journey, be sure to check out my latest offering, Moonrise. It's a monthly astrological meetup centered around chart interpretation and synthesis. It's a place where you get to apply some of those techniques that you learned in class or in books and share this space. It's conversational, it's casual, it's a place where you get to connect with other astrologers, share the language of astrology, learn from myself and others. And for more information about that, you can check out details on my website. Talk to you soon. Bye.